we never look at all of the toxicity that we're consuming on a daily basis, whether that be through our mouths or on our skins, in the air. It does not matter. Okay? We're never accounting for the 152 pounds of sugar that the average American eats every year, or the 10 pounds of toxicity that we bring into the body if you wear makeup every day, or all of the chlorine and bacteria and the pharmaceuticals that are in the tap water. We're never thinking about the toxicity that we're putting in the air. We're never thinking about the toxicity that is in, skincare products and our hygiene products, our cosmetic products. We're not thinking about all the toxicity that is sprayed on food, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, and people who spray them have to wear hazmat suits and they're spraying your food with that. We never think about the accumulation of all these toxins. When you look at the food label and 50 ingredients are in the food label in the ingredient section, and you can only pronounce maybe 4 of them out of the 50, and the rest sound like chemistry. We're never thinking about what happens when I put that amount of chemistry in my body 3 times a day when it comes to food, multiple times a day when you're exposed to water, whether you drink tap water or don't drink tap water, you bathe in it, okay? When you go outside, breathe in the air, the EMF that's coming from our cell phones, our computers, from Wi-Fi, nobody's thinking about the cumulative effect of what happens when we start adding all this toxicity. And to be truthful, that amount of toxicity has gone up exponentially, especially since the 1990s, okay? When they introduced GMO foods and so many other things that did not exist before the 90s, okay? Not to say it was perfect before the 90s, but you have to understand that the amount of toxic cell phones, you go back to the early 90s, there's probably 1% of the population, if that, who has a cell phone, who has a computer. There's no Wi-Fi during that period. So it's important to know and understand that there are things that we're not looking at when it comes to you going to your healthcare professional. This is why you're staying sick. This is why modern medicine doesn't help. And this is why modern medicine is the 3rd leading cause of death as well, too, because on that long list of toxicity is also modern medicine. Okay. When you hear that drug commercial and at the end, all you hear is the possible symptoms or side effects that drug could cause you, well, that's coming from toxicity. Okay. So it's just hugely important to understand this is a conversation that many doctors aren't abreast to because we weren't taught it. Yeah, I took a toxicology class, but it taught me nothing about what I know now. Okay, this is mostly self-taught and mostly through learning through other holistic practitioners that I studied under. So it's just really important to understand that if you truly want to understand how to get healthy, because this is about you. If you truly want to understand how to reclaim your health, how to protect your children, how to get your parents back healthy, this is the way you have to understand it, because this is the way that allows you to understand the language of the body, okay? And so many of the signs and symptoms that I'm going to be talking about today, or the signs that I'm going to share with you today that tell you that the body is toxic, this is telling you the importance of detoxification, which is essentially like doing an oil change. And if you do a full body detox like mine, it's not only like an oil change, it's like changing the oil, the brakes, the tires, the spark plugs, the wires. It's a full service, okay? And it's so important we do this periodically. Even I do it because I tell people all the time, I can't do anything about I own a farm, but I can't do anything about the chemtrails in the air. I can't do anything about the fact that I travel a lot so I could speak and get this message out. So I'm probably on a flight 2 to 3 times a month sometimes. So I still have to detox as well too. I'm using cellular devices, Wi-Fi, so I still get exposed as well too. So even for me, I'm doing a detox every 3 to 4 months, which I'll tell you about in a second, because you can do it with me, okay? I do it every 3 to 4 months, and I actually got a group detox where I do it with my people like yourself That starts on May 1st. And the deadline to join is April 17th, which is like 3 days away. So without any further ado, let's get into the 10 signs that your body is screaming, begging for you to do a detox so that you can open up the elimination pathways, get the detoxification organs back online and functioning so that you can start removing this waste from the body, okay? Instead of it clogging up, and then that clog up looks to you like dis-ease. That's the diagnosis, is the clog up. And it depends on where the clog up, what name we give that dis-ease. Okay, so let's get started. Number one is skin issues. You have to remember the skin is not only the largest organ in the body, but the skin is the largest elimination organ. It's one of the primary ways that we eliminate toxicity from the body. I mean, we even eliminate heavy metals through the skin. Okay. And if that elimination pathway starts to get clogged up and backed up, then of course, if you're eliminating something like heavy metals or acidity from the body and it gets clogged up, let's say here on the arm, then yeah, a concentrated amount of acidity is going to cause a rash. Okay. It's going to cause psoriasis. Okay. Mucus starts coming out of the skin. It's going to cause acne. Okay. So it's just hugely important to understand these are all signs and symptoms. Your body's just telling you, look, I'm trying to get it out, but it's not coming out fast enough. Either because the organs of detoxification aren't online anymore, or the elimination pathways are clogged up because they just have too much waste in them. Okay. So hugely important. Skin issues. Okay, skin issues is one of the number one signs that'll tell you it is time to do a detox. Okay, number two, autoimmunity. Okay, what autoimmunity is when your body decides to attack itself. Okay, which doesn't make sense because one of the primary jobs and ingenuity of the body is to constantly be defending you, to protect you. As a matter of fact, I could be standing here talking to you, and then as I'm doing this video, out of nowhere, somebody throws a baseball from this direction, and out of my peripheral, my brain will say something's coming, and then I'll all of a sudden turn it, and it will miss me. Okay, so the body's always trying to protect itself. It's designed to do that. Okay, that's why when your doctor hits the knee and you get that little reflex, again, there's so many. Your immune system is a way that the body protects itself. Okay, your temperature regulation is a way that the body protects itself. Okay, there's so many mechanisms in the body that are designed to protect itself. So when you see the body actually attacking itself, something has gone haywire. Okay, so that's why I mean, number two, autoimmunity, when your body starts to attack itself in the form of lupus, which is attacking itself in the blood, or the form of multiple sclerosis, which is attacking itself in the nervous system, or rheumatoid arthritis, which means that it's attacking the joints, okay? Or maybe it's Hashimoto's and it's attacking the thyroid, okay? These are all signs of toxicity. And I'll give you a really quick example of how, a specific example, okay? What a thyroid issue, your issue could be heavy metals. Heavy metals actually mimic the thyroid hormone. So they look structurally very similar to the thyroid hormone. This is why heavy metals can get into the thyroid. And when they get into the thyroid, they cause an irritation, inflammation, which leads to the tissue starting to get swollen. And as it gets swollen, it starts to degenerate. This is why people with thyroid issues, your thyroid sits here like a little butterfly. It will start to get inflamed. You will actually see it and feel it being inflamed. Okay. It could all start with heavy metals. Okay. And a lot of people have heavy metal issues, but how often have you gone to the doctor and they say, well, let me check to see if you have heavy metal issues? Rarely if that happens. Even when you have all the signs that I'm talking about today, they still rarely ever check for it. So autoimmunity is also a big sign. So if you know somebody out there who's experiencing any form of autoimmunity, again, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, Hashimoto, the list goes on and on and on. But autoimmunity is a sign of toxicity, okay? All right, and that toxicity probably started in the gut where it caused a leaky gut, and that's really what caused the immune system to become overactive and go haywire, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, new allergies that you did not grow up with. Okay, so food allergies, seasonal allergies that you never had before, but now you have now, that's probably a sign that your body is toxic.